NBC 15 weather with Chief Meteorologist Thomas Gieboy.
Good evening, Gulf Coast. I hope that you've had a terrific Tuesday so far. Let's go ahead and start off in the tropics, where we're still tracking potential Tropical Cyclone One. Still is a disorganized area of low pressure, has winds of 40 miles per hour. So if it were to close off that center of circulation, it will become Tropical Storm Alberto. That's the first name on the list. And the National Hurricane Center has it becoming a tropical storm before eventually working its way into northeastern Mexico. It does not pose a direct threat here, but in the western Gulf, we will be talking about some pretty significant impacts. We do have tropical storm warnings that stretch along most of the Texas coastline, but the main concern when it comes to potential Tropical Cyclone One will be the rain that it produces in the western Gulf. You can see between northern Mexico and southern Texas anywhere between 5 and 10 inches of rainfall. Meanwhile, for us along our stretch of the Gulf Coast, high pressure is going to keep our weather mostly on the quiet side of things, and while we will be looking at the chance of showers and thunderstorms over the next few days, showers and thunderstorms will be few and far in between, so the chance of wet weather won't be all that high, and it might honestly be a good thing to find some wet weather because the heat will be building over the next few days. One indirect impact that we're going to see will be the high surf that we're already seeing at our local beaches. We have a high surf advisory through Thursday. And at the beaches, we're seeing those double red flags flying, and that could continue to be the case through at least Thursday, maybe even into Friday as well. If you see those double red flags flying, stay out of the water. It's for your own safety because the Gulf right now is angry. Elsewhere in the tropics, we're tracking two more systems. One of those in the southwestern Atlantic, a low 20% chance of developing there. At this point, it's unlikely it moves towards the Gulf of Mexico. And we'll be keeping a close eye on the southwestern Gulf over the next 7 days, as we could see some additional development down there. However, at this point, forecast models, if we do see development, will mainly favor the western Gulf once again. We'll continue to keep you posted on that. As of right now, though, there are no foreseeable threats to our stretch of the Gulf Coast. Our next weather maker, we have the eyes on the tropics, dangerous surf, and at home we'll be looking at high pressure with building heat. It's going to be rather toasty, and this is a look at the bigger picture of what's happening in the upper levels of the atmosphere. High pressure keeping the eastern United States relatively quiet. That will continue to be the case through the end of this work week, and then by the end of the weekend into early next week, that high pressure moves back to the west, and that should allow a little bit more moisture to find its way back in. I think rain chances will be increasing by early next week. Here's a look at our Beau Rivage tower camera as we look towards downtown Mobile. Nice and quiet so far. Really haven't seen much on the radar today. It is still a little bit steamy out there. Temperatures are still ranging in the mid to upper 80s in most locations. We're sitting at 88 degrees in Mobile, 85 degrees in Pensacola, and 87 degrees in Calvert. As we go into our Juneteenth tomorrow, we will see temperatures increasing even more. I think tomorrow will be just a fraction warmer than what we find out there today, but notice over the next 5 days with that high pressure keeping our weather mostly on the quiet side of things, by Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, daytime highs likely climbing to the low and mid 90s, and we'll hold on to roughly a 30% chance for showers and thunderstorms. And as we see the temperatures continue to crank, 94 for Saturday, 95 for Sunday, and then we'll see that increasing rain chance by early next week.